Hello viewers, welcome to SportsLink, an international sports show that showcases Gambia and international sport news. We keep you updated with the latest sport news and previews. Stay tuned as we bring to you various sporting activities in the Gambia and around the world. Do join us as we celebrate sport personalities and highlight key achievements in the Gambia sports arena. On today's newscast, Interior are the winners of the 2017 Volleyball Super Cup. SportsLink will bring you a special report. Serena Williams, a very successful female player of the Open era, is pregnant just after 12 weeks, winning a record of 29 Grand Slam singles title. On Viewpoint, our panelists will analyze on Gambian champions GPA are out in both Champions League and Confederation. We asked what went wrong for the Fairy Boys. Chelsea Football Club announced that their team captain John Terry will leave at the end of the season. Should he be given a new contract or is it time for him to just leave? Finally, on Suma Legends, still with our very own sports journalist, Namori Tarawale. Well, viewers, this and many other stories coming ahead on today's episode of SportsLink, and I'm your presenter, Binta Jane.
My name is William Abraham. I'm the president of Real de Banjul. Please keep watching SportsLink, originally from the Gambia.
Interior triumph in double varsity victory over Gambia Armed Forces in 2017 National Traditional Volleyball Cotton Racer with impressive performance both on and off the court, as the police women prevailed to clinch a double varsity for the first time over the soldiers in many years. With a decisive 3-1 victory, 19-25, 25-27, 22-25, 25-27, 11-25 on Saturday at the Independence Stadium in Bakau. Interior, under the tutelage of Ibrahim Anyas, maintained their game plan in the second set after losing 4-set 19-25. The soldiers' hope were dashed in the second set when Aminata Gueye Fatoumata Cissé regained power to finish the set 27-25. However, the Khaki women's opportunity to collect the maximum point in the final set was down when attacker Mariama Jinadu composed herself to win the game. With all Safi Sawane's advantage in blocking, Jinadu influence in spikes were beyond control, and Interior established in the fourth set to win 25-11. Elsewhere, Serena Williams, the most successful female player of the Open era, is pregnant just 12 weeks after winning a record 23rd Grand Slam single title. The American 35 is due to give birth in autumn, says her representative. The world number 2 posted a picture on social media app Snapchat, posing in a mirror with a message 20 weeks before deleting it. If accurate, that would mean Williams was around 8 weeks pregnant while winning the Melbourne. Williams will miss the rest of the season, having not played since Australian Open, citing any injury. Serena, who will return to the world number 1 next week, will be eligible to retain her ranking under the WTA special ranking rule if she is ready to play her first tournament within 12 months of giving birth. Former world number 1 Victoria Azarenka gave birth to her first child in December and is expected to return to competition at the end of July. Belgian Kim Gilgesa, meanwhile, won the US Open in 2009, just 18 months after giving birth to her daughter. The news will suggest that Serena won the Australian Open while roughly 8 weeks into her pregnancy. We are very unlikely to see her compete in another Grand Slam before the French Open of 2018. That event will take place 4 months before her 37th birthday. But do not write off a woman who will return to world number 1 on Monday. Azarenka is a useful guide. Even though she is 8 years younger, the Belarus returned to serious training in March after giving birth in December and is targeting the WTA event in Stanford at the end of July for her return. Many senior players are part of this selection of Shandong. You have the like of Modou Barrow, you have Tijan Jete, and the others are all part of this Shandong's invitation. And Gambia is going to play in June the preliminary rounds of the Cup of Nations qualifiers 2019. With this preparation, earlier preparation that we start, and these senior players that are named in Shandong's squad, how do you see our grouping? Do you think Gambia has any chance of making in the like of against Algeria, Benin, and Togo?
Yes, it could be. But the problem I have with the senior team that we're playing is we just selecting players because of names. You know, all those senior players, their names are not active in football. To be frank with you, that's reality. We had experience in one or two twice. The same problem happened. You go and select players because of names, and they could not make it up. So I think we have to do away with that. Go and find players that are playing in and out every week. Bring them and play. So that we need. Maybe we can get her. But people like Tijan Jaitin or Rasi done so. They were not playing football. They are not playing in their clubs. So you want to use them to play for the qualifiers. We have to do away with that. Do away with player. They are playing week in, week out. You know, his consistent play is good. Even if he's not somebody that have not played in Africa, but he has been playing consistently, it will be good. But if you go and select players with just names, we'll come here, the same thing will happen. So we will get, I think it's very important for us to look at the way we select our players. You know, even we cannot get outside, let's have players with local and just encourage them. Yeah, I think for me it's better because those maybe they will want to fight and get something out of it. You know, if you go and play somebody that we don't have anything to fight in, so at the end of the day, it's the same story.
It's the same story. You can have it better than the veteran himself, that's Mr. Namori Tarawale. Finally, we are going back to you. You are a sport journalist, a veteran for that matter. What type of sport do you follow?
I think as sport journalist, I follow all sports. Definitely as follow, but I like athletics, football, volleyball, handball. Those are judo that I love them. I watch those camps every day. Every day I watch in my house. I just watch the channel that. But I definitely follow all sports. I'm interested to know a bit about everything. Yeah.
In your leisure time, what do you do at home?
Reading, watching news, and play with my kids. I love my kids so much. Yes, I love them so much.
Which club do you support, local and international?
Local people have been classifying me as support of Gambia Armed Forces because people say that I support Gambia Armed Forces. Maybe my relation with Gambia Armed Forces. Maybe I watch their game because you know one thing I like about Armed Forces is discipline in the team. That's why I follow Armed Forces so much. I like teams that are disciplined. When you come international, I don't think I have an international team. Oh. Wow, I don't play. I watch all the leagues, Liga, the French league. I want, but I don't have a special team to play. I just watch for the interest of football.
You watch for the interest of football, but I'm sure you must have a player, an outstanding player. Who is that?
The only player I have ever support that won the success was Ala Diouf. I like Usain Diouf. Since he retired, I don't have a special player that I support. He was my player that I love because of the way I like everything about him. You know.
In this generation, you're the only one who will say Ella Diouf is his favorite player, with the lack of Cristiano Messi.
No, for me, I don't know. Yes, they are very good players, but not that my player. I support them just not that. I like the way they play. I like watching them football, but it's not like something that I put on me. I just like it's normal football, you know. So I watch them. I'm like watching them, but they are not true in my heart now. No.
In club level, which coach do you fancy?
Oh, the coach, my best coach. I think it's gonna be crazy for me to say the coach, the coach that I love, because the coach has the coach that I love the way he play, the way he do things. You know, it's not matter of being a technical coach, but I need a coach that give a zeal to players. Go and play. The player have to do it. I think it's great that I admire coaches, but I don't have coaches that this is my perfect coach. But the way that I think Sir Alex has been a great coach that I admire because of his zeal of the way he pushes players to do something extra. So he has been. After that, I think I don't have a special coach that I support.
Oh, really? What kind of food do you like at home?
You know, my tribe, I'm a Bambara. Oh. So if Bambara has a special food that we need, we call it to. Locally we call it fufu. New Bambara we call it to. That's what is my best food I have. If on weekends, I want my family to cook that food for me. Oh. Yeah.
I will come this weekend.
Thank you, Pa.
Okay, finally, do you watch SportsLink on GRS?
Yeah, I've been watching SportsLink since it started, I think. Yeah. I think even I missed it on GRS, I go online and watch it. Oh. Yeah, so that I haven't missed it.
He's a veteran, he's a big fan of SportsLink. Thank you very much, Mr. Namori, the boss man himself.
Thank you, Pa. Thank you.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint right here on SportsLink. Viewpoint is a segment created to discuss topical sporting issues and of course the most interesting highlights. My name is Asatouem Bokum and as usual I have with me my fellow sports analysts Shehna Fall and Pabaro. Welcome to the panel, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Our first topic for today, Gambian champions GPA are out in both CAF
Champions League and the Confederation Cup. What do you think went wrong for the Ferry boys, Shehna?
Well, as far as they are out of both competitions, everything just went wrong for them. Unfortunately, we have to look at the positive side of their competition and how they really managed to get to this level. They have really performed so well in home matches, but rather they haven't really been that overwhelmed in away matches. Obviously, they haven't even scored a goal in away games. So that could have been a contributing factor why they are really out today. And the other thing is, I think they need to really restructure our league. Looking at most of the time when we face these African teams, we're not really good. Looking at their match against the last game they had, they have to train behind their hotel grounds. You know, that alone can really put your performance backwards. So obviously, I believe Ports Authority as a club should really be very organized enough to make sure things like this doesn't happen, because it demoralizes the efforts of the players, and it is shown in their performance. They have not really performed well, and that is the reason why they are really out of both competitions.
Pabaro?
Yeah, I think, thank you, Esa. Once again, I think Gambia Ports Authority got it all wrong in their home games. The reason why it is introduced in football, home and away tie, is simply because if you don't perform well outside, when you come to your houses, you can perform well. Gambia Ports Authority, most of the time since they were into the competition proper this year, all the games started in Banjul. Their first game against the Ivorian club was started in Banjul. They beat them 1-0 and go to Ivory Coast. They hold on a goalless draw. They qualify to the next phase, and they face the AS Vita club in DR Congo. And Congo was here. AS Vita club was in Banjul, and they played in the Independence Stadium in Bakau. The scoreline was a goalless draw. Gambia Ports Authority took that a very, very commanding role in the second half. Alaji Sarr, which is superb strike, but unfortunately for them, they could not hold on to that lead, and they were eventually the game ended 1-1 in Banjul. And they went to home. The AS Vita club did their homework properly. They really trust Gambian champions GPA 2-0 in Congo. That is the beauty of a home and away tie. If you don't capitalize home, forget about the results outside. And eventually that's what happened in their last game. And they were thrown out of that Champions League qualifier, which they will have made almost $25 million for the Gambia Ports Authority. Remember, that's a huge amount of money for them. As he rightly mentioned, we have to look and restructure our football. The football should be restructured in Banjul, and the football should be revisited. And the Gambian football, we have to sit and see what is really going wrong in our football.
Well, I do hope solutions are found in our football in the Gambia boost up. Our second topic, the Chelsea Football Club announces that their captain, John Terry, will be leaving the club at the end of the season. So what do you think? Do you think he should be given another contract, or he deserves to leave? Shehna?
If there is another player that really deserves a contract of renewal, it's John Terry. Looking at his servant for Chelsea over the years, it's been overwhelmed. John Terry has been one player that you can always count onto, and he will deliver to the maximum level. I believe Chelsea fans and Chelsea will miss John Terry if he leaves. Unfortunately, that decision has already been made, and I'm seeing them really suffering in his absence. To replace John Terry at this point in time will be very difficult, and the Chelsea fans out there, I believe, they will look upon their shoulders to know that John Terry, the legendary captain, is gone, and someone to replace him is not found, and they will be really in a big problem.
But I suppose for you, he deserves to leave. What do you have to say?
Certainly, I would say yes, because this is football. Football is not about religion, and football is not about anything else. Football is based on performance. If you are performing, you will be in the club. If you are performing, you will be in a top level. If you are not performing, obviously you have to leave. John Terry is 35 years of old. He is no doubt a legend for Chelsea. He did very, very well during his time. But we call a players on their prime. John Terry is not the John Terry that we know before. Chelsea will never cry for the John Terry departure in their team. I think if you are watching football this season, Chelsea are leading the summit of the English Premier League, 4-point clear of Tottenham at the moment, and they found the replacement for John Terry. Remember, you have Coach Zuma is there, you have Cahill is there, and you have David Luiz is back playing for Chelsea. Seeing Antonio Conte's side this season, you never even think like this man is missing John Terry. Nobody think about John Terry. With all the due respect to John Terry, he deserves a respect in Chelsea, and I think he get that credit. If he want to continue football, he go to China or America, because John Terry cannot take this man out at the moment. He cannot take Godsuma out. He cannot take Cahill out of the starting 11. Talk less of the Brazilian centre back. That's David Luiz for you.
Well, I do hope that Chelsea makes the right decision, because personally, like both of you mentioned, he has really tried. So anyways, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being a part of this panel, and thank you very much, viewers, for viewing this edition of Viewpoint. Join us next week for another exciting episode. My name is Etutu Mbokum, and I've been your host.
Thank you very much, viewers, for watching this episode of SportsLink. Don't forget, you can always catch this episode on our YouTube channel on Affinity TV, or go to our website on affinitybro.com. Better still, follow us up next week for another exciting episode. From me and the entire Affinity crew, it's a goodbye from us.